Hey, what's up? My name is Paul Solt, and I'm so excited to announce the launch of the latest model from OpenAI. It is GPT 5.3 Codex. This is amazing. I used it for 15 minutes last night, and I was just blown away. I've been using this for the past 10 days. Last night, with all the new tool updates, it was just so much better. So let's dig into 5 things that you need to know about ChatGPT 5.3 Codex. All right. The biggest thing that you need to understand is this thing is faster. I have not wanted to go back to GPT 5.2 Codex or GPT 5.2 because they just feel slow. This one's so much better and it really feels like a big speed boost. Now, I don't know exactly what's going on under the hood. I did ask some questions of OpenAI and we're going to talk about it. So they told me that it is 25% faster than the previous model, and that what we're looking at is a combination of both GPT 5.2 codex combined with sort of the brains and intelligence of GPT 5.2. So it's these two things sort of working together to create this new GPT 5.3 model. This is dropping today, and it has high scores on the evals. Now, I don't know what that is because I haven't seen any of the stuff yet, but they're telling me that it's better on the SWE Bench Pro and the Terminal Bench. I'll take their word for that. I don't really care about benchmarks. I really care about how does it perform in my actual project. So that matters way more than just a number here, but higher scores are higher scores. Up next, Codex actually helped create itself. It helped clean up the data set. It helped with the evals. It helps just make itself. So they're using it internally to just be a better process for making the model. So that's really exciting. And then today we should expect to see it in the CLI. So that's Codex CLI, the IDE. So that's if you're using it in VS Code, and then the new Codex app that dropped on Monday. So the API access is coming soon. They've got to do some other stuff to make sure that it's ready. I don't know what exactly is involved with that. Last time the API access didn't come right away. So I would expect either they're going to launch it soon, or they might wait a couple weeks while they work out the kinks, if there's any kinks with the deployment, and also to just sort of lock people into the OpenAI way of working with the model. It is incredibly powerful, and I want to give you a little demo of what that looks like. I can't show you a whole lot because I still filming this. I don't have the public version, so I'm going to show you a sneak peek. So let's take a look. All right. So I've been working on my slideshow app. That is what this is all about. And I needed a speaker presenter view. And so what I have over here, this is what it cooked up last night. I really thought this would take 2 hours to work through, and it took 15 minutes last night to get proof of concept. I spent maybe 10 minutes this morning cleaning up a couple of the rough edges just so that I could use it. It doesn't have everything working, but it was enough to really help me make this video. So I'm so excited about this. It cooked up a 5-minute timer mode, so I can go into full screen. Now let's go back. I messed that up. So if I do a 5-minute timer, we can see that I can do a break. This is something that I wanted since I teach courses and stuff like that. Having a call out is super useful, or if I'm doing a live stream, super useful to say when I will be back. So it cooked that up, and it has my current slide. It has my up next slides. It's got speaker notes, super cool stuff. So how does it work? We've got it running over here. Typically, I will run this in full access mode. It's a little bit risky, and I'll ask it to do stuff. So let's use Whisper Flow. Can you summarize all of the changes that we have active here and just sort of discuss if this is ready to make a commit? And let's use Whisper Flow, paste that in and see what happens. This is a Mac app. This is native Swift UI code. I work with Makefile, so it's super fast to run. So I just type make, and my agents can do this as well. I have Generally, I have different names for agents so that they can each have their own build chain and run the app independently. This will build everything using Xcode's build tooling. I don't even have to open up Xcode. This will just launch it once it finishes the execution. It looks like it is testing stuff. I didn't actually want it to do that, but we can see how much faster it is responding. So it's running some of my tests. You could see it was opening up the app. Hopefully I didn't introduce a build error. I didn't see this failing. We are running it live, so this is succeeding. I don't know if it ran into a test process. Not sure. So, did I mess it up? Let's try one more time. There we go. It is building. Build succeeded, and it is executing. For some reason, it's having trouble finding my face, which is part of my onboarding dialog. So my new window is this preview. It is jumped back up here to my teleprompter, which is up top. And it did a really good job of making this. And I can drag some of this stuff around. So I should be able to, if it likes me, I don't think that's working actually. Does it need to be a blank spot? Yeah. As you can see, not everything's perfect. You always have to test these things. The fact that it got like the 5-minute break thing was just such a huge unlock for me. Just having some quick things, having a couple custom targets, like you want 12 minutes, you could do that. It's just super cool. Obviously, that's not working either. But there's so much here that I can just shape it like clay, and you're seeing it raw and unfiltered. So I'm not editing this. Like the only things I changed were my speaker notes, that they were a little bit bigger. Actually, this is the old version. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Let's just quit that. That is not the latest version. We might need to run this from Xcode. So I'll just launch it from Xcode because I updated my speaker notes to be bigger unless it decided to change things. Here we can see my speaker notes down here at the bottom. Now it does need some work, like it is clipping some of my stuff. It does look like it moved some stuff around, but they didn't take until I reran it. So I posted earlier today, like you've got to always test the stuff that you're working on. You can't assume that it works, but this is a huge unlock for me because I'm always looking at my teleprompter and I need tooling to make it easier to make my videos. I write in Markdown, and that just allows me to draft something up on an iPad, bring it over to my Mac, paste it in, edit it a little bit, and then shoot a video. So it's such a powerful unlock for me. I think you're really going to enjoy the new GPT 5.3 Codex. It's super fast. I don't want to go back to 5.2. I've been struggling because to make some of the stuff that I had to make, I had to use 5.2. And now today, I can go all in on 5.3. Thanks so much for watching. If you learned something, hit the like button. If you want to see something or if you have questions about the model, just comment down below and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.